in a minute, but like, listen, dude, okay? You need something to do in this game. This is something to do.
And
right?
it's incredibly fucking sad, and I feel bad for y'all.
See, you know how I'm winning, dude. You know how I'm winning? Because I'm having more fun than you.
Nightmare was originally named Soliouss, including Tupper, one of the developers of the game itself. So Yep, we're doing this again. Hi, I'm Sharpie, but you already knew that. Soliouss is knocking at all the wrong doors, and he's only digging his grave deeper. But before we begin, please remember to not use this as a means to target Soliouss. This is meant as a warning to avoid the Crusade if possible. Now then, let's get right into it. As of June 28th, 2023, Soliouss has made a very crucial change to his commandments. Before, they specified never to do these commandments in publics. Now, those apply everywhere. So yes, he does care about what you do in your own privacy. And yes, he does need to know every single sin you commit. Because why not? The funny thing is, I don't see any real problems on his commandments. Maybe he should have changed it so that people would finally agree with him, like no ripping avatars, no pedophilia, but then again, he would still be a hypocrite. More on that later though. If that wasn't enough, we can watch him go over each commandment again and explain himself.
Do not trap or cross-gender. So like I said earlier, what kind of crusader would a person be if they went to public lobbies and preached like we did in the guy avatars, and then went to private lobby and used a girl one? Like, it doesn't make any sense. One, there's no reason to do it, and two, it's pure hypocrisy. If someone's going to do that, then they're not a real crusader, and they're not a real man either. And before I move on to the next one, I have to say, some of these, whether it's public or private, we don't generally care about some of these, like, so much. Like, the avatar ones are extremely important. So we will not allow anyone, like our friends, peers, etc., to trap or cross-gender, use furry avatars, or be or look lewd. Like, those are the extreme offenders that we could just literally never allow.
Hypocrisy? Oh, Soliouss, don't you know you're a master of that? Just look at this image of you in a female avatar. Which, I guess in turn makes you a fraud, right? Because there are no exceptions. You said so yourself. Also means that you're not a man, and I guess this soy you speak about is all you have, huh? It's funny too, because when he says that you can't look or be lewd, his girlfriend does right next to him. Yeah, you heard right. His girlfriend. This creep groomed a poor innocent girl into being with him. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Someone that got kicked from his server found out that while Soliouss was 32, she was 16. I was also shocked. An extremist of religion, and it's a female? Guess Ultra Boys are out of season.
Mirror dwelling. Now, I don't really think the lobby type matters. I don't know why you do this. I don't think this should be a rule where you can do this in private and then not do it in public. You shouldn't be doing it in either instance. So for the mirror thing, yeah, we're not going to make an exception here. It doesn't matter where you are. Now, I understand if you're looking at an avatar you made or you're looking for details on it, even in private or public, doesn't matter. Like, if you're thoroughly inspecting avatar because it was recently done, then I get it. I understand that. That's an exception, but that's not really mirror dwelling. Like, you wouldn't be doing that for that long. Like, the people who are in front of mirrors these days are there for hours in the same avatar that's probably not even theirs. So it's like, you can't compare the two. So, unless you're inspecting your avatar, there should be none of this. There should be no mirror dwelling.
Aw, he's learning. While people who do mirror dwell are still a thing in VRChat, I find myself doing it here and there. It's more of a boredom thing in my opinion. Hence why I made the Blue Crew. We hold weekend games to get people up and active. Before we move on to the next one, let's see this little kindergarten science project board he made for us, shall we? Generic wolf boy, wolf girl avatar. I actually haven't seen one of those in forever. More booth babes than anything. No personality, you're one to talk. Craves attention, sounds familiar like some crazy bleached plague doctor. Blocks you for no reason, like every single encounter with Soliouss when he loses an argument. Touches, head pats random people, which Soliouss has done on multiple occasions and far worse, such as groping. Can't handle the truth. Just like Soliouss when he's told he's he's wrong. 0 social skills. I think I'm seeing a pattern here. Extremely apathetic. That's literally only because they're laying down. Will insult you over anything, which also describes Soliouss in a nutshell. Blasts music. Haven't heard that one before. Comparable to literal NPCs. I still refuse to believe Soliouss is a real person. Let us do what we want, man. Which sounds like a clear attempt to be left alone, in turn means that you are harassing people. Extreme narcissists. Need I say more? About this entire list is just who Soliouss is as a person.
Now let's go to the full body thing, shall we? Now, does it matter? Like, our complaints is like being lazy and looking ridiculous. Sure, in private you won't look ridiculous because I suppose no one's there to see you, although some people might be there anyway, you get the point, but you're still lazy. You're still losing yourself to full body. Like, whether you're in public or private, you're still losing yourself to dancing, ERPing, or just being lazy, as this picture shows, you know?
I take it back, he hasn't learned it all. He can't fathom the fact that people have jobs in the real world that paid for that full body tracking. And people have worked hard and saved up for a while to get something they wanted really badly. And if Soliouss does have a job, maybe he should consider focusing more on that than a virtual cult of followers who get triggered by people who literally just exist.
You're a little lazy and you look fucking stupid, but it's really not that bad. So that one gets a slight pass. Although, I still never recommend full body to anybody for any reason.
He keeps saying people look stupid in full body, and then proceeds to say he doesn't recommend it to anybody for any reason. My guy, you don't have legs you can move. Back to what I said before, if he has a job, why not just buy some legs? Or a better headset with a better mic? Sounds like he's relying on some donations to his church, otherwise known as the cardboard box he lives in beside the local Denny's.
The drinking, smoking, vaping, like I said earlier, yeah, if you do it occasionally, we're not really gonna care. It's not a huge thing. You shouldn't be doing this IRL, obviously, or in-game, if that makes any sense. Like, you shouldn't be sitting down at your station, like with your VR setup, and have your smokes and drinking ready. And again, this shouldn't be done in public or private. I don't care what your excuse is. There's just no meaning for it. Most of these private lobbies, these quote-unquote private lobbies, are going to be filled with people. It's going to be like private group drinking nights and stuff like that. Not acceptable. Unfortunately, we can't give this one a pass. I hate to break it to you.
Damn, what a shame. Guess that means I can't go to Speakeasy anymore. Oh wait, who's gonna stop me? Soliouss? What's he gonna do, come to Japan and unplug my headset? Maybe he says no to drinking because he was always told by his parents alcohol bad. Maybe his parents were abusive, or maybe he just can't hold his liquor down. Regardless, drink responsibly. And friends, cheers.
Being mute thing? Let me tell you, yeah, the being mute thing, what difference does it make?
You know what? Yeah, Soliouss, I agree. What difference does it make? Mute people are just as chill as people that can talk. They're wonderful individuals and amazing to hang around and have a strong community built on all types of sign language.
Difference does it make what lobby type you're in? If you're in public or private, I think it'd be even more stupid to be mute in, like, private alone, because it's like, I mean, obviously you're not going to be talking to yourself, but it's like, what's the point of even being online?
Never mind, completely wrong direction. He had a chance and he wasted it.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be mute in private, you're gonna be mute in public. I don't know if that makes any sense the way I explained it, but yeah, nothing changes. You're still deceiving people, and you're still playing a game you shouldn't be playing. Like, if you're not willing to talk to strangers, VRChat is not for you.
Apparently, all people who are mute are just deceiving us. They're actually FBI, watching our every move and monitoring us. Oh, hey, more lists to debunk, shall we? Lies about gender. No, they don't. Lies about having a speaking disability. The ones who do just aren't comfy speaking, and you should respect that. Doesn't know ASL. The majority do, and if you even took 5 minutes to recognize that, then maybe you would understand. Only wears female avatars, mainly lollies. Literally not true at all. I've seen male ASL individuals, and the females that I have seen are booth babes. Over dramatic, says the guy who's upset over a social platform. Actually believes they're female. Oh, so he's taking a hit at transgender now. Okay. In a relationship but flirts with everyone, just like his girlfriend, has depressing Discord status for attention, like Soliouss after his girlfriend leaves him, thinks avatar pens are a viable way to communicate. They are. It's called handwriting, but he wouldn't know that since he dropped out of school. Extremely bipolar. Like he has room to talk. Have I made myself clear? No? Alright, let's keep going then.
Now the furries, okay? This is the big thing I want to talk about because this is one of the avatar ones, yeah? This should not be allowable anywhere. I no longer care if these furries go to their little private furry lobbies. Like if they go to Fur Hub and Furry Talk and Chill. It doesn't matter. It's still a violation. It's still sin. It's still completely depraved. One thing should not be allowable in one instance type and another instance type. Like, of this variety, it doesn't make any sense. You're still being a disgusting weirdo, you're still being a loser, and you're still proudly displaying your fetish and just your shamelessness to people. So, this one absolutely gets no pass.
Was he not the one to try and guide furries into what he called their home by trying to drop a portal to Fur Hub and attempting to kick them out of the public lobbies? I'm not a furry myself, but the furry community is pretty prevalent in VRChat. And not to be that guy, but if someone owns a fursuit, they deserve a certain amount of respect. Not only are they staying true to themselves, but do you have any idea how expensive a fursuit is? Between $2,145 and upwards of $2,645 plus dollars. That's more than my VR setup, and I'm rocking an Index with Tundra trackers. Needless to say, don't fuck with furries. They could probably buy Soliouss and sell him if they wanted to.
Now, the singer play music. An exception we always made was like, hey, if you're on stage, it shouldn't be a big issue. And I guess to this day, that's kind of still okay. If you're in private, it depends, because like sometimes there's specific lobbies created for like playing instruments. Like I know, like, what's his name, like Manifesto does this little, I don't know, talent competition kind of deal with singing instruments. So like obviously that's one hell of an exception. Like you can't even compare the two. The reason why I have this picture is because that guy or girl shown just goes from lobby to lobby and just plays music as they're, you know, through their microphone, as you could maybe see the mic lit up, and they don't talk. They just sit there and just dance their stupid music. So like, would you really want to do that in private anyway? What's the point? So the only exception I could come up with this one is like, yeah, maybe do it on stage and just don't be terrible and annoying about it.
Finally, some reason. I do happen to have a small issue with people in public lobbies running around and blasting music. It's kind of annoying. But karaoke nights with friends are awesome. I love getting together with a bunch of homies and singing Don't Stop Believing together. It's a truly magical experience. Not that Soliouss can experience that. After all, he lacks friends and the ability to be chill, so...
Here's an important one. The streaming or playing, or the streaming or recording, right? So I want to preface this by saying, well, like some of these can and cannot be done in private or public. Let me explain. This is a hard one to explain. So we've always had the issue with people streaming in public. That was always our problem. But certain people, should they be allowed to stream in private either? No, they shouldn't. I want you to just pause the video real quick and go to the VRChat Twitch page right now and tell me what you see. I absolutely swear to you, the first 8 streamers are going to either be traps, furries, or just overly sexual. So should that be allowable, regardless of the lobby type? No.
Not even in private? Interesting. Traps, furries, or overly sexual? Intriguing. It's almost as if furries aren't a bannable offense, traps, which aren't called that anymore and it's considered a derogatory term, aren't a bannable offense, and your definition of overly sexual is overly clouded.
I'm here officially to say to you that under certain circumstances, you shouldn't be a streamer like that, no matter where you are. So these people don't get a pass. However, some streamers in public lobbies aren't so bad. An example I could give you is like, you know, me, I'm pretty based. Why should I get scrutiny for streaming in public if I'm gonna be preaching these commandments anyway?
This man actually recommended himself. Oh my god. Real nice way to pat yourself on the back there, Soliouss. And as for why you should get scrutinized for preaching your commandments, might I direct you to Twitch's community guidelines FAQ as follows. hateful conduct in any content or activity that promotes, encourages, or facilitates discrimination, denigration, objectification, harassment, or violence based on the following characteristics and is strictly prohibited: race, ethnicity, or national origin, religion, sex, gender, or gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, or medical condition, physical characteristics, and veteran status. Twitch will consider a number of factors to determine the intent and context of any reported hateful conduct. You may see yourself as spreading your teachings, but last I checked, your 10 commandments are self-made. There is no real religion. There is no crusade. You're just a bunch of extremists trying to tell people how they need to live their life, when in reality, you need to rethink yours.
We really just hate the cringe ones, the really lame, just weirdos like the femboys or the overly sexual people. Again,
Oh, he's talking about me! The lame femboys. Wow, what a statement. Last time I checked, femboys are searched more than VRChat itself. And if I was really that lame, well, I hate to bring up numbers, but yeah, you don't have a lot of room to speak, Soliouss.
Move on to do not simp or white knight. Should this be allowable in private? No, because it's probably going to lead to some kind of e-dating. Should you be idolizing some basic bitches? No. It's not allowable regardless of the lobby type. I don't care if it's private or not. This is one of these examples where the lobby type definitely does not matter. This should not be allowable in any circumstance. So e-dating is always going to be a bad thing. So this one, nope, sorry. No exceptions for you.
E-dating is always going to be a bad thing. I'll remember that the next time I run into you with your girlfriend who's 16 years younger than you.
Eat or look lewd thing. This one in particular, I think, is why, here, let me show you again, why the old book had the do not in public, or do not do these in public, right? And I want to explain some things about this. So obviously, people like to do some virtual things in this game, if you know what I mean. Obviously, you're not allowed to do it in private, and you shouldn't, in public, and you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing in public anyway. Like, that's disgusting, it's horrible, don't do it. So, I believe that's the main reason we added that do not do these in public to begin with, yeah? So, with that being said, to be honest, I don't think you should be doing this in private either. Not only that, but if you read the rules, like the TOS, it actually states that you're not allowed to have these lewd avatars anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's public or private. Like, you were just simply not allowed to upload lewd NSFW avatars. So again, lobby type doesn't matter.
I don't think he read the TOS for VRChat, because if he did, the restrictions are, and in simple man terms so he understands, not to rip avatars, conduct illegal operations under any local, state, national, or international law, interfere with any security of VRChat's domain, modify the TOS, maliciously use third-party softwares, access or tamper with non-public areas such as private worlds, sell or transfer access granted under TOS, or, and my favorite because Soliouss has done it so many times, use the platform to harass, abuse, stalk, threaten, defame, or otherwise infringe or violate the rights of any other party. So no, there's nowhere in there that says you cannot upload NSFW avatars. And also, part of the TOS states that if you are under the age of 18, but at or above the age of 13, you must have a parent or guardian make an account for you, and that they, as the guardian, accept the risk and take full responsibility of what happens to their child when logged in. Good attempt, but I brought the book out, Soliouss. Try again.
So with that being said, I think we've done a pretty good job of going over these one by one. So what do you guys think? Do you think some of the exceptions I have said are allowable? Do you think some of these should be allowed? Do you think a person should still be able to be a furry, even in private, or a public furry lobby? Think about that.
I think you're a crazed 35-year-old lunatic who's obsessed with a game because someone tricked you by using a female model when they were a male. I think you're homophobic, transphobic, an extremist, and that your words hold exactly zero weight because the moment that you try to make a statement, you turn around and do exactly what you tell others not to do. I'd hoped, time and time again, that he would turn around one day and say, haha, it was just a joke, guys, I don't actually hate everyone I run into. But no. This is not a joke. He's taking it seriously, to a ridiculous sense. I can hope all I want, but if life has taught me anything, it's that not everyone can be saved from stupidity.